And Elon Musk said on Tuesday he plans to significantly cut political spending and is committed to staying on as Tesla CEO for another 5 years, aiming to address concerns about balancing his role at the automaker with his involvement in the Trump administration. Musk's comments at an economic forum in Qatar could have large implications for next year's midterm elections, as he has been Republican political mega donor.
Hello, share price. Well, tell me then how committed you are to Tesla. Do you see yourself, and are you committed to still being the chief executive of Tesla in 5 years' time?
Yes. And I'm not someone who's ever committed violence. And yet, massive violence was committed against my companies. Massive violence was threatened against me. Who are these people? Why would they do that? How wrong can they be? They're on the wrong side of history, and that's an evil thing to do. In terms of political spending, I'm going to do a lot less in the future.
And why is that?
I think I've done enough.
Musk, who also leads other companies including rocket maker SpaceX, reiterated that the satellite internet service Starlink might go public at some point in the future.
U.S. stocks fell on Tuesday with the benchmark S&P 500 ending 6 straight sessions of gains under pressure from rising Treasury yields, with the U.S. sovereign debt profile in focus. President Donald Trump traveled to Capitol Hill seeking to persuade Republican lawmakers to pass a sweeping tax cut bill, which analysts estimate will possibly add $3 trillion to $5 trillion to the federal government's $36.2 trillion in debt.
The Dow Jones snapped 3 consecutive sessions of gains, and the Nasdaq fell after a 2-session winning streak. 8 out of 11 of the S&P 500's sectors fell, led by losses in energy, communication services, consumer discretionary stocks, utilities, healthcare, and consumer staples equities made gains.
What's happening really today, and really when you look at just a week ago, stocks have taken a big pause. VIX went at the height from 60 down to where it's now 18, and you're getting this sideways motion, maybe up just a bit, 1.5 on the S&P and Dow. The reality of what's happening is the market took a breather, and the breather happened from we all know what, tariff pushing out some negotiations, Britain under his belt, China happening. It's not a deal, it's an ongoing negotiation, but it's big. And they push that out 90 days. That comes up in August. The first 90 day, by the way, comes up July 9th, right in the beginning of third quarter earnings season. So you'll start to see where that plays out for earnings. But at the end of the day, there's a kind of a calm before the storm. Who knows? Either way, it was a big rebound. To give you an idea of how big, NASDAQ 100 up 25% from the bottom. And when you go back to the history of NASDAQ, there had basically in 1985, NASDAQ 100 had 8 bearish time frames. 4 of those 8, it dropped, it came back, and then dropped down further. It was a bull fake out. Is this going to be the 5th? We'll see. And I think that's what's concerning, what's going on right now.
Investors were also eyeing commentary on the monetary policy outlook from several Federal Reserve officials, including St. Louis Fed President Alberto Mussolem. Moody's and the other big ratings agencies, Fitch and S&P Global Ratings, have downgraded the U.S. sovereign credit, citing the government's debt profile.